Thanks for clicking on my video. Please comment, share, like and subscribe. It all helps to build my channel. Well, the Amazon bow arrived. It was £18.99, I think it was, delivered. This is the bow. It's a £40 draw weight. That means the amount of poundage when you draw the bow. And incidentally, for anybody beginning, what you don't ever do is dry fire. You never let go of the bow when there's no arrow in it, because it can damage the bow. It can break the bow or anything. Anyway, so this is the bow. It's a very cheap and cheerful fiberglass and plastic molded bow. These are the ends. It's what you call a recurve bow. Now the long bow that England is actually famous for, the long bow, which is the ones you see, the wooden bows made from a stave that you see on the films of old, the old medieval bows, they don't have a recurve on it. This is a recurve. Can you see? That means that the curve actually comes back. Now what that does is that actually increases the efficiency of the bow, and it's a Mediterranean and an Eastern style. Some of the Mongolian bows made of horn, they bend right the way round, and it really, but they're all shorter as well. That's another thing. But this one is I forget what it is now, so let's just find out. The span on this bow is 53 inches. So it's 53 inches with the string on. The string hooks over, it's shaped like that, and the bolted, can you see that? The bolted there, there's a hex bolt going through there. This is just a fiberglass limb. That is glued on, the recurve part is glued on. It's a fiberglass limb bolted in to what they call the riser. The riser is that part there between my hands. That's the riser, that. And that's called the limb of the bow, and that's the riser. Now, as you can see from that, hopefully, that is ambidextrous. I needed, as I mentioned in the first video, I needed to find out which side I was going to be using the bow, for the simple reason that, as I mentioned last time, my dominant eye is the left eye, but I'm right-handed. So the thing is, if you're right-handed and you've got a right dominant eye, that's great, but I'm what's called cross-dominant. So I'm right-handed and left-eye dominant. This creates a problem, because when you actually, if I was using the right, I would draw the string with my right arm and hold it in my left, and then I would line up my right eye to see from the string through to the tip of the arrow to the target. But because my left eye is a dominant one, I'd have to do this kind of thing, which is not impossible to do, but I decided when I'm starting from scratch that I don't want to build in any bad habits. So I want to start to build my form, what you call form, which is the activity of actually drawing and holding the bow, the physical side of it, the form. I wanted to get that right straight from the start, because like anything else, you can build in bad habits. It's just like driving or anything else where it's a physical coordination thing. You can build in bad habits before you realize it. So that's the key, is researching this. And so what I've been doing is researching. So anyway, so I decided, after spending less than 20 quid on this cheap bow, which comes with 6 arrows. You got 6 arrows that come with it, and also you get an arm guard and what's called a tab that you put over your fingers for drawing, so when you let go of the bow you don't, you know, damage your fingers, and some targets. So yeah, so that was it. So I got it and I had a go in the backyard. The next video I'm going to do, I'm going to explain how I made my target, but I made up a cardboard box target, and I had some goals with it, and I found that for me, I'm happier holding with my right and drawing with my left, and then I can eye up the arrow. So if I knock the arrow, knock meaning that is the knock, the end of it, and when you say knock the arrow, what you're doing is you're putting the arrow onto the string, and then you're resting it on the arrow like that on the bow. And then what you do now, there's two ways of drawing this. You can put one finger above and two fingers below. Let's just re-knock that. Right, there you go. So there's one finger above, two below, like that, or there's three fingers below. Now, things are personal preference, and that affects the aim, the way that you aim as well. But we'll talk about that later. But basically, I'm going 3 under for the simple reason that you can do a thing called finger creeping, which is where you bring your fingers down depending on the distance that you're shooting. Center road. So there you are. And then when I draw the bow, I'm going to be pointing towards the, in this case, the camera. And when I draw like that, I'm going to draw to a point where I can look through the string, down the string, and to the end of the arrow tip, and then I can release and hopefully get it in the gold, as they say. But yeah, so whoops. So anyway, so this is it. So that's the bow. That's what I've done. I've decided that I'm going to hold with the right, release with the left, and so so there's a few things that I've had to do. I've put what's called a knock point there, right on there. Now that's just a piece of elastic at the moment, because I'll be doing another video where I show how I'm gonna set that with a T-square. And so I've got my bow, I've got my arrows, and the next thing I needed was a brace, because when you let go of the bow, the string can sometimes skip along your arm and it can hurt, you know. So to protect them, you've probably seen it before in films and videos where somebody's got an arm brace. So I got some scrap leather. I'm always saving everything. I've got a shed full of crap to save that I can use for making different things. And so I had some leather off an old couch, and so I made this. And all it is some leather, punched some holes in, reinforced it at the back there, I don't know whether you can see that, reinforced it at the back, put some paracord in, put an old paracord keep, I suppose you'd call them there, tied some knots in it, and all you do is just push your arm through, and then you put it there like that, and as the string skips, it doesn't scrape your arm. And all you do with that is just pull that like that, tighten it up, pull it, and then once I've tightened that, I can tuck that in there, and that's it. That's my arm brace. So I made that, and cost me nothing. My wife stitched the edge over there, and I super glued that to there, and when you super glue leather, it makes it really stiff and hard, and so that should hopefully do the trick. And when it come to a tab, now the irony is, and this is the thing, I got a tab included and an arm brace included in the whole kit that I bought for 20 quid. But that's not me. Oh no, I've got to have it my way. So I decided to make one. Well, I'll leave that on, why not? And so what I did is I got some leather and I made a tab out of a piece of leather. That's all it is. And the way that the tab works is you put your finger through the hole. You see the shape of it. Put your finger through the hole like that, and then you spin that round so it's like that, and then you pull it that way like that behind. So what happens is then you put the tab, the leather tab, on the string, and when you pull, it's not pulling on your fingers, your fingertips, you're pulling on the leather. And so that saves it, because when that string lets go, it doesn't take long before it starts taking the skin off your fingers. So that's the tab. Next to know. And then I decided I would need a quiver to hold the arrows. So I ended up, I made a quiver. The camera run out of memory then. In a row. So where was I? Yeah, so I made the quiver. I made my own quiver, put it on a belt, and made me arm brace, and I made my tab. I love making things. I really enjoy making things. So yeah, so there you go. That's this video finished. Please like, comment and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, tell me what you think. This is the start of my journey and you're coming with me, so that's great. So yeah, so the next thing, I'm gonna make a target, and that's gonna be fun, and it's not gonna cost a lot of money. So you can always get into things and you don't have to spend a fortune. You can do things on a shoestring until you get to know, you know, in the order of things, because whatever you begin, you know, hobbies and that kind of thing, or whatever it is, there's always a cheap way of doing it, there's a very expensive way of doing it, and somewhere along the scale there's a best bang for your buck. And I've always found that if you, before you go spending a load of money and buying what, you know, the best that, you know, oh, the world champion has one of them, I'll get one of them. It doesn't always work like that, because sometimes you find that you know, from 0 to 10, you know, at around about 2 or 3, there's always a best bang for your buck for when you're starting, and then you can progress. But it's no good buying a Ferrari until you've mastered driving a Mini, you know. So there you go, otherwise you just waste your money. But yeah, so please like, share, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for clicking on my video. Please comment, share, like and subscribe. It all helps to build my channel.